Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is a part of the unusual Christmas tree DIYs. I'll talk a little bit more about that further on in the video. Welcome to my channel. Let's get crafting. So the first unusual Christmas tree is this green bottle I had. I'm going to be using that for this Christmas tree. Nothing too fancy, nothing too fussy. So I got this pair of Christmas tree ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using one. I'm going to be gluing that on the inside. And like I said, this is nothing fancy because I intend to use this bottle or vase for another purpose. So I got some gold beads also from the Dollar Tree, and what I'm doing here, I'm just adding like tassels or hems or trims or whatever you want to call it all around the bottle. And then when I was done, I took a piece of red ribbon that I had from another project, some Christmas twigs, glued those on, and hey, this is done. So this is the unusual Christmas tree DIY open playlist, and these are the fabulous hosts. We have Tammy from Happiness Created, and Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun, Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World, and Favi from Arrows DIY. Please go ahead and check out those amazing creators. You will be so inspired by what they have going on their channels. Alright, so now we're moving on to the second unusual Christmas tree. Now I had these boxes. Chocolates came in them for over 3 years, I believe. They are just so beautiful. I intend to eventually use them for something, but I've had them sitting down there for quite some time. So because I'm going to be reusing them, I'm not doing too much in terms of spoiling the surface. So I'm just taping them down on top of each other. And then I have this garland, Christmas garland. I'm just going to wrap that around using the masking tape because of course I'm going to be reusing these. So what I did, I just decorated that with the Christmas garland. And then I had a bow flower. I glued that on top. Now I got this pack of ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and like I said, I don't want to do too much with these boxes, so I just glued I glued some pieces of craft sticks together, and that is going to serve as the stand for the little gift boxes. So once I had that glued together, I just placed the little gifts at the front, just setting them down arbitrarily. And then those I tape on as well because this is going to be pulled apart once I'm done with this, or once I'm done with the season. I think I know exactly where I'll be putting this little decorated gift box Christmas tree, unusual Christmas tree. And we're done. Now we're on to the buffalo check Christmas trees. Now I'm using this piece of scarf. I've used this for my unusual snowman, and this one is the red. I've never used this one before, so I'm just cutting it down to give me the size that I'm planning to use. And then I took my white chalk pen and just trace out the area that I need to cut. And then I glued them down together. and then turn it over. And here I'm taking some stuffing, pillow stuffing, and I'm stuffing that on the inside using a skewer. Because I didn't want to leave the base of it bare, I cut pieces of the same fabric and glue them underneath to just form the base of the Christmas tree. You don't want to, expose her underneath too much, so you have to make sure that you cover it. And I did that for both trees. So let me jump in here and just give a big welcome back to my subscribers. If you are new to my channel, I am happy to have you. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and join the family here on DIY Craftaholic channel. We are so happy to have you. And if you are returning, welcome as well. Make sure to check out the playlist in the description box below, as well as the host channels and the guest host channels. And go and visit their channel and give their channels some love as well. I am now ready to put them in the stand. So I got these two candle holders from IKEA a few years ago. Now I'm reusing them just for this purpose. So I cut down some flower foam and stuck them on the inside. So once I was done with that, I am then taking this. I got from the wired ribbons from the Dollar Tree. I just cut off the wire and I'm using those to make little stars for the top of the trees. And I'm gluing them onto some floral wire, and I'm going to stick that at the top. And here I'm using those little gift boxes again. But after I placed the trees on the inside, I realized that it was too transparent. So I then took them out and just place a piece of napkin on the inside just to hide the flower foam. And then I'm using some gold bling wrap. I cut those down into slender, thinner pieces, and I'm using those just to decorate the trees. I think I kind of like these minimalist looking trees. They're not too fussy, they're very easy and slender, somewhat like a Charlie Brown kind of Christmas tree look. Guys, can you believe it? Christmas is upon us already. This year has gone on so quickly. I can't believe it's almost Christmas. What are your plans for this Christmas? I am not sure what my plans are, but let me know in the comments, what are your plans for Christmas this year? So once I have those decorated, I then just glue down or added some of those small gift boxes and we're done. DIY number 4, never a dull moment with jute. Oh boy, I couldn't do a video without having a jute Christmas tree. So I'm just taking, and this is just to measure the distance that I want to make my half a circle in. So I just tied the cord around the pencil and just traced that out. And once I got that traced out, I roll it into a cone, and then I realized it was too much, so I just cut a piece off of it to get it down to the size that I wanted. And then I glued the end together. Once I had that glued down, I am now taking a piece of plastic. And what I did with the plastic, I just poured a little oil in my hand and just rub it around the plastic to like seal it so that the glue doesn't stick too much to it. And then I'm just immersing my cord in some diluted Mod Podge. And this is how I actually do all my jute projects. You can see how I made this ball at the top in the card. So once I had the jute immersed enough, I'm now wrapping, just arbitrarily wrapping it around the cone. And it gave me a hard time because it was knotting. So I just wrapped it up and set it aside to dry. I left it to dry for 2 days, and now I'm removing the cone from the inside. Now this is not balloon, so it's not a case where you just stick and you hear pow and the balloon is burst and then you can pull it out. No, this, you have to take your time with this one. So once I got it out, here we have our Christmas tree. So I had this piece of foam stand that I built for another project. I'm going to be pulling that apart, and I'm taking this light from, I got this from the Dollar Tree. I had this sitting down for quite some time, and I just removed the back, and I'm placing 2 AAA Duracell batteries on the inside. I then took my heat gun, and that's to remove the burlap from this piece of foam. I'm just cutting out a space or an area where I'm putting in the battery pack. And once I got that area removed, I then put the battery pack on the inside and then covered it again with the burlap. And make sure that the battery pack is on the top of the stand and not the base. I'm just making sure that I'm tucking in all the ends, and then I add some hot glue to glue that down, and then I'm going to replace the piece of cardboard that was on top of it. Now we have our stand all ready for our Christmas tree. Now you want to leave an area, a small slit for the little knob to turn on and off. So here I'm just cutting down some pieces of craft sticks, and I'm going to be building a stand for the Christmas tree. Now you have to be careful that you don't get any of the glue onto the battery pack. And then I took a piece of dowel. This piece of dowel came from one of those Dollar Tree foam brushes. I don't throw them out. And then I'm gluing that on, and this is to give the tree something to stand on. And then I'm taking the lights and I'm just unwinding that to wrap it around the Christmas tree, or wrap it around the cone that is our little Christmas tree for today. And once I was satisfied as to how I wanted it to look, I then tape down, because you don't want to use any hot glue on the cord. So once I was done with that, I'm now taking a piece of green felt, and that is going to stand as cover for the craft sticks, as well as to cover the cord from the battery pack. And then when I was done with that, I'm now just adding some of those little Christmas gifts. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to put them directly under the tree or to leave them just at the base of the tree. So I just did something with them. Now I took this piece of snowflake felt and made a star and just glued that on top. Then I found these little berries that I had from the 79-cent store last year, I believe. So I just cut them off the stems, glued them on in different places on the tree. And these are my ornaments for my little tree. And we're done. So here you have the final reveal of all of my unusual Christmas trees for this video. Now let me know in the comments below which of these was your favorite. I think my favorite was the gift boxes and these 2 sets of buffalo check trees. I also love this little green bottle tree. As a matter of fact, I love all of them. I love all of them. Just looking back at them now, I love them. And here is my lighted tree in the dark. And here are all of my unusual Christmas trees for this DIY. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you like content like this one, let's keep the fun going. You can watch this video or this playlist, and I will catch you in my next one.